Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kaleidoscope Astrology. This is Chelsea bringing you an energy update for the full moon in Scorpio lunar eclipse happening on May 5th, 2023 at 1:34 p.m. Eastern Time. This is a very intense lunar eclipse in Scorpio, happening at 14 degrees of Scorpio. And this full moon is sitting closely with the South Node, making it a very cathartic full moon of releasing and letting go of past energies so that we can move into a new cycle of eclipses. As always, if this content resonates with you, please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and if you would like to book a personal reading with me, visit my website, kaleidoscope-astrology.com. This full moon in Scorpio is the final eclipse in Scorpio in a cycle of eclipses that began in about November of 2021. So if you look back to what was happening in your life in November of 2021, this was our first eclipse in Scorpio. And we are now closing out themes that have been playing out through this eclipse cycle. And as Scorpio is the sign of death and rebirth and regeneration, this is very much an energy of releasing and letting go and giving way for rebirth. If you look at where you have the 14 degrees of Scorpio in your chart, this is the area that's going to be influenced the most by this full moon eclipse. So everyone has the sign of Scorpio somewhere in their chart. If you look at what degree point is landing there at the 14 degree mark, or give or take between 10 and 20 degrees of Scorpio. If you have any planets or points there, the house in which this is taking place in your chart will reveal more about these themes that are happening with this eclipse in Scorpio. And sitting closely with the South Node in Scorpio, the South Node is about karmic cycles and endings and releasing an energy that no longer serves us. So opposite the full moon in Scorpio, we have the sun in Taurus sitting closely with Mercury, which has been in retrograde for a little bit now, and also sitting closely with the planet Uranus. This energy being opposite the moon during an eclipse is likely to bring up quite a bit of an intense experience. With Mercury retrograde, we may have been feeling like we can't quite keep up this week, like we're just falling a little bit behind schedule, trying to catch up on things, and everything has been building and leading up to this moment of the full moon. Also, with the sun sitting closely to the planet Uranus, Uranus is the planet of sudden change, big surprises, breakdowns, breakthroughs. It has big, bold energy. The energy of Uranus is electrifying. So this may be bringing up some very intense emotional shakeups, since Scorpio rules emotions, like very deep set emotions with this full moon. We may be feeling emotional shakeups that are feel like they're breaking our structure or our foundation because of this opposition in Taurus. So we also have the North Node sitting closely with this energy, opposite the full moon and South Node in Scorpio. So this is very much a time of releasing energy so that we can create a stable foundation. Stability being Taurus and an earth sign, moving towards that energy. So we also have the ruler of this full moon. The sign of Scorpio has two ruling planets. The traditional ruler is Mars, which is currently in the sign of Cancer. And Scorpio is also ruled by Pluto, which has recently gone retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. It has recently entered the sign of Aquarius and is now retrograde, will re-enter the sign of Capricorn soon. So we have more retrograde energies that we are working with during this eclipse energy as well. So the combination of these things is really kind of trying to push us out of our comfort zone, maybe causing disruptions in your life, trying to push you into this area of a breakthrough or breaking up the structure of something into something more stable. But we have to step out of our comfort zone to do that, to make personal growth. So this Mars in Cancer ruling this Scorpio full moon eclipse makes this extra emotional. This Mars and Cancer energy has a tendency to take things a bit personally under this Scorpio moon influence. And the Mars in Cancer, so Mars in Cancer is currently making a trine to this full moon. So it's supporting this emotional release. But this Mars is also making a difficult aspect to Chiron here. So this is making things feel a bit uncomfortable, maybe bringing up some hurt feelings and pushing us again outside of our comfort zone into areas that feel emotionally uncomfortable. This could bring up difficult conversations in relationships, and trying to push things towards a resolve. Now, Mars is also making a sextile energy, a harmonious energy to the Sun and Uranus in Taurus. So the ruler of this moon is supported by these energies at this time, although it is a difficult energy. And then this Pluto that has just gone retrograde is wanting to dig things up that have been underground for a long time, because Pluto is the underworld, what's lying beneath the surface, things that are unseen. So Pluto is wanting to dig things up and bring up things that need to be sorted through and bring it into the light of this full moon, into the light and to the darkness, because of the eclipse, and is revealing the truth about a situation. So this is something that needs to be resolved during Pluto's last little transit through Capricorn before it moves into Aquarius again in a few months. We have a little more work cleaning up this last energy of Pluto and Capricorn and revealing some truths, bringing some truth into the light so that we can go through a cleansing process, bringing these things into the light so that we can move forward with a stronger foundation. So we also have Venus, which is now in Gemini, is making a square at this time to Neptune. This is also a bit of a difficult aspect. Squares bring up tension, and with Venus, this has to do with relationships. This could be close friends, a circle of friends, your people that you see every day at work. So kind of everyday communications in the sign of Gemini. And this is making a square to Neptune. So there might be some conversations that feel confusing at this time, or some confusing emotions with friends, as Neptune tends to make things blurry and confusing, and also a bit more emotional. So this is a very emotional eclipse energy. But we also have Venus making a sextile to Jupiter, the planet of luck. So while at the same time, something in a relationship may feel difficult and like you're ready to release a friendship perhaps, or a relationship in your life, this Jupiter energy sextile to Venus is bringing in something better. Like once you let go of one relationship, something better comes in. And this Jupiter is bringing in good luck once we release something with this full moon. So if you are a fixed sign, the fixed signs being Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, you are likely to feel the effects of this full moon the most, as it will be happening in either your sign in opposition or a square, if you have planets or points in these fixed signs around the 15-degree mark. This will be especially affecting that energy for you. But overall, this energy is asking us for a big release in our lives. Oh, and I've picked a tarot card to represent this energy. And that is 13 in the major arcana, and that is the Death card. Very appropriate for this full moon lunar eclipse on the south node in the sign of Scorpio. So take a moment to think about what it is in your life that needs releasing. What is no longer serving you that you can leave behind in this next cycle and create a solid foundation for something new, for greater abundance? Where is it in your life that you have given up your power? Because the sign of Scorpio also has to do with power dynamics. This is asking us where in our life we've given up our power. Where can we take back our power in our lives? What is it that needs releasing? And what uncomfortable truths may be coming to the surface that make you really see the light in a situation and the truth about a situation in your life. And what changes can you make to release anything toxic that doesn't need to come with you in the next cycle? So thank you for meditating on this full moon eclipse in Scorpio energy with me. Again, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, please check out my website, kaleidoscope-astrology.com. And please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me here. I wish you all a blessed new moon eclipse in Scorpio.